Greetings and salutations, my friends. It's your boy, Jalen Rains. And I know I was supposed to get out here yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago. Listen. Damn, y'all. What time is today? Listen, I'm here now. Is that enough? No? I'm sorry. Alright, I got a really thing I want to talk about today. Like, honestly, no bullshit. So it all started when I was sitting in my living room scrolling TikTok after watching the Final Four. And this question just hit me. And this probably is gonna get me crucified, but yo, why do we like sports so much? Especially basketball. Because if you really dig deep into it, it's really just a bunch of people bouncing a basketball up and down, throwing it into a basket for points. That in and of itself doesn't make sense. Like, just think about it. Imagine if basketball wasn't anything at all, and you're just strolling after your 9 to 5, and you just see a couple of crackheads, matter of fact, 10 crackheads running back and forth, throwing a ball into a basket. But wait, there's more. They're throwing it into a 10-foot basket with a glass board in the middle of it. You would rethink every substance you ever take in shit. You might even think you yourself was on crack. Like, I must be tripping right now. Or like the same thing applies to any other sport. You would think that person is losing their sanity. Like, imagine walking down the street and you see a nigga throwing a ball 100 yards. But before he does it, somebody tackles the living shit out of them. But anyways, why don't we have that same energy from LeBron or Stephen Curry or Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes or Messi? Because it's not just that. It's not the fact that you're just running around shooting basketball or throwing a football. It's the moments that come with it. That feeling of making the last shot or making a game-winning touchdown and or catching it. That feeling of Kyrie shooting that game-winning shot in Game 7. When we watched Tom Brady come back from a 23-7 lead to win the Super Bowl. And if you think about it, life is the same way. Like, no bullshit. Like, this ideology is so stupid. But look at it. Life is just a fat-ass sports league. And we ourselves are the general managers of our own teams. Or even in course, just the players. Shit, we kind of like both. Really, think about it. Not our entire existence, but our individuality. I'm talking about mine, your mom, your dad, your cat, your great-great-great-uncle you haven't seen in 10 years, your cousin. You watching the video, you are the general manager and player of this league. And I know what you're thinking. This nigga might be high out of his daisies right now. I mean, this motherfucker might be smacked. And I'm not gonna lie to you. You might be real. No, I'm playing. But hear me out though. So back to what I said about sports. About how we don't just like the fact we're doing or watching an action. It's what comes with the action. If you think about life itself, we are literally just a bunch of organisms. Is that the word? Is that the word? Yeah? Alright, sorry. Okay, I got you. I'm sorry. Alright. Cool. Anyways, yes, we are literally just a bunch of living organisms running around on a rock floating out of space. If you dead ass think about it, you are just an organism on a random rock in the galaxy made up of gazillions of those same rocks and holes of nothingness until you die and go to heaven or hell or back. Alright, whose idea was to write this shit? Like, whose general idea? So why does life mean so much despite it being so little and insignificant? Because of the gap, the moment you have on a day-to-day basis, that moment of waking up in the morning or talking to your friends or going to that party you like. In essence, that shit is this small. Like, us in general, as a universe, yo, oh my god, as a society, this world, this planet, compared to the universe, our problems are probably like just this tiny ass retrospect minuscular. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Back to the video. I sound fucking retarded. Alright. But anyways, it's just like sports. When you watch sports, you do not give a fuck about the fact you're watching it. You don't care. Like, you don't give a fuck. It's the sound of the basket when someone makes a shot to catch you. The way that somebody falls, like it just caught the Holy Spirit after a crossover. That's what catches you. It's that last second block that gave that team or that player the recognition they deserve. Like, hey, nigga, we an actual team. Or, you know, that winning, that game time shot that takes that team to the playoffs for the first time in their fucking decade. Or that tackle or that goal. It's the little things that matter. Well, Jalen, what does you gotta do about illegal? What are you talking about? What? Can you let me talk now? let's compare this to a person who has hit rock bottom or is close to rock bottom. Shit, that might even be you right now watching the video. To the 2022, 2021, I know I'm saying it backwards, Los Angeles Lakers. Both have made terrible decisions, or not very wise one at least, or just got plain out unlucky when they got something they thought was going to do well, just to do so bad. Both have fallen victim to things not working out to what they thought it was. Let's say you met this girl on Tinder or Bumble. Let's say you're the few to meet people outside in person, and you meet this girl when you're talking, you're hitting up, you're like, oh, this girl might be the girl of my dreams. You know, start writing poems and shit, and you know, you think about it all day, and your life is just passing by, and you fast forward, you wake up, and you go to her crib to give her flowers, and you find out she's getting raw dogged by Mar Spin Blocks or Bin Racks AP with 20 million Instagram followers and $50,000 followers on TikTok, and you're just sitting there like, damn.
Man, shit ain't got serious, man.
Life sucks shit right now, you know? Or maybe you forced your way into college by listening to your parents' outside sources, despite the fact you didn't want to go, just realized you didn't want to be or just drop out, and now you're sitting in your childhood. Now you're laying down in your childhood bunk bed thinking like, bro, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Right now, what I'm trying to say is your season, or other words, life, might be a Los Angeles Lakers stage. And guess what? This is okay. You're probably feeling this way lately, which is fine too. You might even be worse. You might even feel like the Charlotte Bobcats, or the Eagles, or the Pistons. But listen, that's fine too. Now back to the video. Now let's compare the average life is amazing ass nigga. You know, the one that we all hate, the one that's always positive, that walks around, you know, wakes up in the morning and wipes his shit off his dog's ass and brushes his teeth with plain titanium gold, kisses his wife goodbye, and then sniffs the grass. He walks away. There's $100,000 job, not giving a fuck what anybody had to say. Let's compare the two lives, right? Okay, now we can compare this life as a man ass nigga to the Milwaukee Bucks. Both are doing pretty well, if not amazing. This guy has a nice physique. He has a 10 out of 10 girlfriend. He's amazing. You know, he's an entrepreneur, money in the bank. Both have things going their way, and both also have a well-organized strategy to attack life. Just like how the Milwaukee Bucks also have a well-organized strategy and have made moves and progress to attack the league, which in their, thing is, in his standard is life, So, what if I told you that this team or this person used to be the worst basketball team in the league at one time? They used to be the epiphany of basketball, just like the Lakers, if not worse. How did they get this way? Due to the moves they used to make sure they are like this in the future, and a series of luck, hope, and faith. That life is a good ass nigga who had a Lakers season. He took the time to rebuild, the time to reevaluate everything he, she, who, what, where, when, whatever the hell you guys identify these days. Trying to be respectful to the community of what they were doing. He made some trades just like the Bucks 2013. They believed that they could become a better team, which is the same reason the fans stay with their team. They had faith that one day they won't have to go through watching their team get blasted by 40 plus points and open on a draft pick that probably won't do anything. Or even if they do, their league once they get the chance. One day, they will be the best. They will be that team that everybody shits their pants to when they see them on the schedule. Not the team that everybody looks as a quick ego boost or a motivation or a stepping stone. That team one day will be that team, the best team. Got a little motivation there. Sign me. Anyways, what I'm trying to say here is, just like sports, you're gonna have to go through seasons. Times in life where you are not gonna be the Bucks or even the Lakers. But there's a thing though, you're not gonna be there forever. In due time and through faith and initiative. See, your boy using big words. Big dude. You become the Bucks or the 96 Bulls, or even as overpowered as the 2017-2018 Warriors. Which leads me to my second lesson. Appreciate your seasons. All of them. Stick with your seasons, just like how us sports fans deal with the bullshit of our teams, and in return get that nice ass season if you're good. If you're the Kings, you'll be good someday. Like the Kings, they're not good now, but they're gonna be good. Like even the Knicks, even the New York Knicks have had their their fair share of good seasons. We can go. They've had their good share of good seasons. Even the Eagles have won a championship. If they win a championship, goddamn it, your life is not over. Goddamn it, you got time. You got faith. Back to the sports reference though. If we're gonna do, because we're gonna do that a lot on this channel. If it's starting to bug you, my nigga, I ain't gonna lie. You can eat a pack of caterpillar dicks and click on my video. I'm sorry. Please stay. You stand? All right, my nigga. Anyways, the reason why the Lakers are so goddamn horseshit now because they lack this one thing, and that's patience. The Lakers are too stunned up comparing their season to everybody else's with a flattering ass ego that decides to eat a piece ass crack. They don't have any time to fix anything, and nothing else mattered until they won. They would continue on to focus on the ring instead of being better in the long run, wasting millions of dollars and throwing away counts of valuable pieces that were not valuable to them at the time, or so they thought, so that they can win with the pieces they had now. They are faced with a sad, depressing reality that those pieces they had are now stars, and the team that sold the opportunity they didn't are now laughing at them. Instead of learning, they don't. No matter how bad those pieces are now, they could do it. They could win a championship. But Jaden, I thought you said the handshake. Can you let me talk? Anyways, same thing for the person having that Lakers season, you could call it. Right now, they themselves probably have a bunch of Russell Westbrook-ass friends or habits that are putting up shit numbers in the long run just to say they have it. They go to the gym or work out or journal 500 times a day while gargling piss just to be sore as fuck with shitty breath and quit on them the next day. Just like the Lakers, they have zero patience and want to be that next best thing overnight. So they cram their schedule with egregious tasks that they think are pushing them to the next level, but in hindsight, really aren't if they're just gonna quit. Their friends are just there to have them. They don't put any value into their lives and are the same way the Lakers roster does. They're holding on to that 9 to 5 at Macy's or Costco's the same way the Lakers are holding on to their team. Both are scared. They're scared of that whack ass season. They're scared to be the Detroit Pistons for a season 2. They're scared to be that 2013 Milwaukee Bucks. But the Bucks, the Bucks are downright the epiphany of basketball in 2013. They literally shoot up just to get their pants pulled down and penetrated by their peers. But they accept it and they start to build new players and draft new potentials and get rid of that shit that doesn't serve them. The difference between the Bucks and the Lakers is that the Bucks had patience. They sat in the sidelines and did the shadow work and took a couple seasons to rebuild, to now reap the rewards of being title contenders. Would you call them title contenders? Yeah, you would, yes, because you would. And even if they don't make the title, they're still a threat in their league. So the difference between the Bucks and the Lakers is the Bucks took the time out of their day to grow, not for the now, but for the future. You know what I'm saying? Listen. I'm spitting so fast right now. I ain't gonna lie. While the Lakers rush their way, they got the 2020 bubble ring just to be competing with the bare minimum. Same way you laugh at that person in school now, a millionaire living the life you never saw coming, fucking those 10 times 10 girls you like on Instagram and you think they're gonna go. Yo, oh my god. Alright, let's get realistic. Okay. Do better. Alright, I'm sorry. I'll do better. Alright, look. Same way we start something new and we quit on it the minute we see it's not getting us nowhere. Like going to the gym or meditating or whatever habit these self-help gurus ramble on about. Let's say you're on no fat burst semen retention, and let's say you wake up one day and you're tired of cooking shit. You're tired of beating meat to pixels, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go 500 days no fat. And then the second day, you're put with this sad reality like, hey buddy, it doesn't work like that. This shit takes time. It takes patience. It may look pointless now, but in due time, you too can be the Milwaukee Bucks. You too can be that nigga that kisses his grass and kisses his wife and wipes the shit out his dog's ass every morning before he goes to his $1 million job. You can be that person. But it takes a lot of patience, a lot of hope, and a lot of faith. So what do we learn from a chit-chat, in-depth conversation from Jalen? That life is indeed just like a fat-ass sports league, but instead of competing with each other, we're competing with life. Life is our opponent. It's the league. The real world is like the NBA or the NFL or FIFA or MLB. All these organizations have one job to turn the league into a bitch. And sometimes, life is going to blow you out by 50. But guess what? There's going to be time you drop life off as well. We're not only the players in this league, but also the owners. You have the Jesus Christ. and you have the power to become the Showtime Lakers or the 2022 Lakers. Just like the Bucks, with patience, hard work, and smart decisions for your future, you can get there. Stay sturdy, stay healthy. I'm gonna catch y'all boys in another video.